Welcome to the UC Improvement Academy. Today, let's learn about stakeholder analysis, an important part of the understand phase that helps you identify the influencers and customers of your project so you can plan how to engage them and communicate with them during the improvement journey. Identifying and engaging the right stakeholders will help you gain multi-dimension perspective of the problem you're trying to solve, and they can help you overcome hurdles in the system that help you thrive in the improvement efforts. Let's understand this with a simple example. Imagine you live with your parents, brother and sister, and your dog. One week, the whole family is out of town on a trip while you stayed back due to work-related commitments. While alone, you decide to revamp the kitchen and surprise your family. Your mom always complained about not having enough storage. You and your siblings must hand wash the dishes since there is no dishwasher, and the countertop is low, so the dog jumps up and eats the food from it. You know that everyone would love to see a fresh design. So, you pay a company to come in and make all the changes before your family returns. It's perfect. Couldn't get any better. At least that's how you see this transformation. But when your family arrives, not so much. Your mom is short and can't reach the high storage cabinet or the middle of the high countertop. Your siblings think it was quicker for them to hand wash the dishes than to rinse, load the dishwasher, and then come back to unload. And they start blaming each other for unfinished work. And your dad is upset because he wanted to change the air conditioning out of the house with the money that you have now wasted on the kitchen upgrade. And your dog can still jump over the new countertop. What a cluster! You had the right intention and a good plan, but you failed to understand the perspective and gain support from others involved in the system. For such a major change with high stakes and multiple interconnected parties involved, getting others on board and engaged is critical. You need support, consensus, and ideas of key players for a successful change. This is where a stakeholder analysis comes in handy. It helps you think about different key players that can be impacted by your work or can have influence. You think about what level of engagement is desired for each stakeholder and what will be your strategy to communicate with them at the start of the project and throughout the improvement journey. Our stakeholder analysis tool can help you organize your thoughts. First, you should make a list of all stakeholders. Think about who is affected by your project or who could have the power to not allow your project to progress. In this example, your entire family was affected. Next, you need to understand each stakeholder's relationship to the project and how it aligns with their priorities. What negative views could they possibly have about the change, and how can you influence them? You had no idea that your siblings preferred hand washing over having the dishwasher, or that your dad saw the need for other appliances to be replaced. The best way to do this is to ask the stakeholders directly. Lastly, determine a strategy of how to communicate with them. What motivates the stakeholder? How much detail about your project do they need? What information will get them on board? Everyone in this example had different motivation for their complaints as well as their disagreement with the design changes. In healthcare, we deal with complex interconnected systems. A change in one process may have upstream or downstream impact on others. Let's say you want to improve the check-in process in a clinic to make it efficient and a better experience for patients and staff. Your stakeholders will include patients, the front desk clerk, the MA who checks the vitals, the clinic nurse, and the physicians. You also need the leaders on board, like the clinic directors and the business manager. Each one brings a valuable perspective and influence. The level of desired engagement will determine your communication strategy with each member. We may view a problem from one limited perspective, while others bring invaluable knowledge to help us design the appropriate change. Apart from the frontline staff, end users, and patients, we also need buy-in from leaders and influencers. These can be unit managers, division directors, or hospital leadership. Their buy-in will help us stay aligned with overall goals of the organization, help us overcome barriers, and be our sounding board when needed. You may start with one set of stakeholders at the beginning of your project and then realize the need to add some more as you progress in the improvement journey. Now it's your turn. Who can you think of as stakeholders for your project? Leverage the power of an influential team to help design a better system that works for everyone.